there must be a people on this earth before Jesus comes who will shut the devil's mouth. If God can't tolerate one sin, what does God want? For they are without fault. But God can say, keep you from falling. It is impossible to keep that law. If you don't believe you can conquer sin, God is fine with a certain degree of sin. Before Christ comes, his people must reflect his image. Give me the next word. Perfectly. Now, it is very sad in the Adventist church that those who don't believe you can conquer sin. It's a very sad thing. If you don't believe you can conquer sin, what you're saying is God is fine with a certain degree of sin. That's what you're saying. God accepts a certain degree of sin. That is not correct theologically or mathematically. The Bible records one sin Adam committed that led to his eviction. One. Now, if God evicts Adam for one sin, if one sin plunged the world into its condition, if God can't tolerate one sin, what does God want? Perfection. Are you with me? If one sin led God to evict Adam, God could have said, how many sins did he commit? One. One. He has 6 more to go. One. God said, out. With a provision to restore the image, of course. Out. One. God desires perfection because the image of God is only fully reflected when there is sinlessness, because there is no sin in the character of God. You look at me as though I'm from Mars. How much sin is in God's character? Then in order to reflect it perfectly, how much sin must we have? None. Which is what God wants in us before he comes. As Adventists, we know the original charge of the devil was, it is impossible to keep that law. And God said, no, it's not impossible. The devil said, okay, I'll show you. He went down and got Adam and Eve to prove his point. They sinned. He said, see? Hundreds of years, sin, sin, sin. The devil's point seemed to be established. Look, he must have taunted God. Look at Abraham. Look at this guy. Look at David. Look at Solomon. Look. They cannot keep the law. Job, whoever. Look at Enoch. We know Enoch made at least one mistake. Satan's charge, the law cannot be kept perfectly. Then God said, send his son. And Jesus kept it how? Perfectly. But the devil said, that's still not enough, because in your system, in the mouth of 2 witnesses, something will be established. So Jesus did it, says Satan, yes, but that's not enough. Do you have a second witness? The second witness is to be the church. So that God could finally say to Satan, now I have 2 witnesses. Jesus and the church. Because in the mouth of 2 witnesses, something is established. That is why we talk about final generation theology. There must be a people on this earth before Jesus comes who will shut the devil's mouth. So that God can say, I've waited 6,000 years. Here they are. Revelation 14:5. They are without fault before the throne of God. And who makes that assessment? God. What did God say to Noah? Genesis 7:1, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me. I don't care what your neighbors say, I see you righteous. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault. Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling, and to present you how? Faultless. If we doubt that, we call God a liar. 1 John 5:10. Read from verse 9. If you receive the witness of men, the witness of God is greater. First is the witness of God which he hath testified of his Son. He that believeth on the Son hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not God hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record God gave of his Son. 1 John 5:9 and 10. To disbelieve what God says is to call God a liar. Now God says, now unto him, meaning Christ, that is able to keep you from falling. If I doubt that, I call God a liar. And Jesus identifies Satan as the liar, not God. The man who calls God a liar is calling God Satan. My brothers and my sisters, I look at you Friday night, Sabbath morning, now you look so nice. You look saved. You look harmless. You look godly. That's how you look. What's in here? What's in here? That's what God judges. Let us make a decision as children of God to make the reflection of his glory our primary purpose in life.